Hi there, Musical Aviator here. We're on the ground in Sydney. It is Milkrun Monday and we have a Jetstar Airbus A320 over there, which we're about to jump in and fly down to Avalon Airport, just south of Melbourne and just to the east of Geelong. Welcome to the stream. Hello Aaron and those of you watching. We're going to do a little bit of external inspection, but before that I'm going to jump onto the airplane and get the cars and stuff ready so that we can start boarding the passengers, and we'll do the external once we have the passengers ready to go. Let's go. Okay, here we are, cold and dark, on we go. Crew supplies in. Just going to do a couple of checks over here. Give the O2 masks. Those two are working fine. MCDU coming up. And the other. Cool. Terminal fault system is on. Emergency lights are in, all those lights are on. So we'll turn the seatbelt signs off since we don't have any fuel yet. Gonna set the navigation logo lights in. Let's start the ADRS. FMGC, 15 August to 11 September, current date 9 of September. And we'll initialize. We're going to be Jetstar JST 609. Hi there to Australian Skywatch, Void Walker. Hitting the old request button. Electric TR2 fault. Alright, need to clear that one. Installs, fuels, payload, maintenance. TR reset. Done. Back to the flight plan, we have Wollongong Razzie Tanta. That's all good. I do indeed have GSX2. Cost index is going to be 30 today. Flight level 380. We're out of the wind. Push this down. Our zero fuel weight today, coming off our little chart here. ZFW showing 56.464. And center gravity is about 30. Block fuel showing 7221. Sorry, 7.22. Headwind. Yeah. Jetstar with their very low cost index. In fact, I think you might be right about 15, possibly 9. It does vary depending on the wind and how high you're going. And also, they don't do connections on Jetstar, so I don't need to worry about being late. They don't do one, I know that. Or at least not normally. Average is a headwind of 45. It's a bit of a headwind today, but we're up at 380, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. With all of that set, I'm going to go ahead and jump into our MCDU, or ATSU as we call it here, Airbus, and we'll start this. FMC flight number is JST 609. City to Avalon, estimated time and route is 1 hour 18. Crew details, captain is me. Sorry, THOP. Co-pilot, who's on? Don't have anybody donated yet. That's alright. There's C set. You need page 2. Page 2 looks fine to me. We'll send that through. And OP data. Block fuel is 7221. Taxi fuel 540. And the trip fuel is 3116. Your fuel weight today is 56.4. And standard time of departure, current time 01, it'll be 02:15. Send that through. Refueled by the GSX, sorry. Cool. And we'll do the fuel. Sent. Okay, we'll start the morning. Alright, company has a message, so we'll bring that up. Message, slot notification, good stuff. I'm going to jump the ATSU over that side. Always check that to see who's online with Hoppy's A cars, apparently no one. How much fuel do we have? 5,000. Okay, that hasn't come through yet. Cool, we'll leave it like that. And I'll switch back to the GPS primaries come up. Cool. Okay, I'm just going to listen to the ATIS 126.25. And then we'll go for a little bit of a walk around.
It's 240 degrees at 15, gusting 25 knots, visibility greater than 10 kilometres, light showers of rain, cloud few 3,000, scattered 5,000, broken 7,000, temperature 13, QNH 1016, on first contact advised mission Alpha. Sydney terminal information Alpha, expect wireless approach runway 25 for arrival.
That's good enough. I'll jump on out and do a walk around. Start at the front of the plane. So I've just come down the stairs essentially, and we walk around counterclockwise. First thing to look at is right up there in the little red box is the static tube. Down here we have the pitot, and back there we have the angle of attack indicator. Same on this side. Pilot probe, static, and the angle of attack. They're all looking quite happy. Good stuff out here. Check the back of the engine there. Yeah, that's looking fine. See the core rotating in the wind there. It's a bit windy today in Sydney. No obvious problems with the flat boating. One good green light out here. The rest of the plane at the back looks fine. Trim setting looks to be okay, sitting in the neutral. That's the drain mast and the outflow valve. Another thing to look for is making sure that this doesn't have any grazing marks on it, because that's the kind of tail skid. If there's grazing marks on there, that means you've touched the tail at some point. Good old Tiger bus over there. I don't know, Danny. Not in the real world, anyway. So I'll never know, Danny. Tyres are quite happy. There's no rats sitting out here. Out to the flat boatings. We should have a nice red light over here. And we do. Back to the front of the other engine. Walk around. Back on up to the cockpit. Data via GSX, send it out. Where's the catering truck? I don't care about the catering truck, I care about the fuel truck. Where is that? Company message again. Okay, preliminary load sheet, and I will accept it. Showing zero fuel weight, 56.5. All that stuff. Can we do it through here? performance request. Departure out of Sydney. Runway... we don't have runway yet. Let's get a runway, 120.5. This isn't that. Probably be able to figure it out.
Arrivals and departures. Winds 240 degrees at 15, gusting 25 knots. Visibility greater than 10 kilometres. Light showers of rain. Cloud few 3,000. Scattered 5,000. Broken 7,000. Temperature 13 and H1016. On first contact advised mission Alpha. Sydney terminal information Alpha. Expect pilot approach runway 25 for arrivals and departures.
25.
240 degrees at 15, gusting 25 knots. Visibility greater than 10 kilometres. Light showers of rain. Cloud few 3,000. Scattered 5,000. Broken 7,000. Temperature 13 QNH 1016. On first contact advised mission Alpha. Sydney terminal information Alpha. Expect pilot approach runway 25 for arrivals and departures.
Alpha. QNH 1016, wasn't it? Let's grab that. Okay, won't need toga. Configuration is going to be flat 2. Estimated takeoff weight will take us from here, which will be 63.1. And estimated Mach come from load sheet. The Mach takeoff weight 30.2. Cool. Send that along. That fuel strike still in here. That's more like the weather we're expecting. Wet and miserable, horrible and windy. Runway 25. Okay, all the fuel pumps are in. Let's do the fire tests. Lot fierce, how you doing? CVR. Set. Performance. And we've got to change it immediately because the runway is wet. Great. Do that again. It is wet. Temperature was 13. It is 13 degrees Celsius. Wind 240 at 15. I'm going to go for the gust, 25. You know, to take off, should be 15. HPA 1016. Runway 25. Cool. Wet runway, packs will be on. And it's not required. No intersection. Takeoff weight 63.1.
Good evening, Val. How are you? I'm doing good.
.2. And it'll be flaps 2. Descend. So on these few times where we depart Sydney and have improvement of weather down in Melbourne. Should be leaving in about, I'd say, 20 minutes. Well, if you fly around the world, get FTX Global. If you only fly in Australia, don't. If you're trying to save money, then no, don't buy things. Got to ask for the ATIS as well. There we go. Performance is up in ATIS Alpha. Check the ATIS first. Information Alpha. Expect ILS approach on a 25 arrivals. Departures wind 250. Blah blah. All of that is as we expected. Performance. Jetstar 609, 9th of September 19. VH-VGD. There we go. The wind 15. Runway is wet. Temperature 13. Packs. So next page. Crested takeoff weight, FMC takeoff weight, not calculated, and the back trim. Cool. Stabilizer trim will be down 0.4. Let's stick that into performance. It's flat down 0.4. There's our V speeds, 130 and 140, 144. And the flex is 65. Takeoff set. I've never flown in a Fokker 100. I have flown in the Fokker F27 and F28 in the real world, not in the sim. Guess we'll just do the old cheat on the fuel. I was hoping to get the fuel truck, but apparently you can't do the fuel truck and the passengers at the same time for some reason. 7, 2, 2, 1.
Hello. Thank you. Morning.
GPS primary. Let's go ahead and grab our clearance, 120.5.
Decimal 0.
Made to Melbourne by
Wollongong flight plan route, runway 25, Sydney 1 departure, climb height 5,000, slope 4454, departure service 125.0 for Jetstar 523. Jetstar 523.
Aubrey is YMAY. YMAV is Avalon.
Sydney Tower, Qantas 4.
Because there's no V in Aubrey. It's Aubrey, not Aubrey.
Well, 465, Sydney Tower, g'day, cleared to Melbourne via Wollongong planned route. Runway 25, Sydney 1 departure. Climb by the speed of 5,000, squawk 4455, and departures frequency 125.0. Please to Melbourne via Wollongong flight plan route, runway 25, Sydney 1 departure. Climb via the speed of 5,000, squawk 4455, departures 125, base 10, we're at 812, Qantas 465. Qantas 465.
Sydney Tower, Jetstar 609, they're requesting clearance to Avalon.
Jetstar 609, Sydney Tower, g'day. Cleared to Avalon via Wollongong planned route. Runway 25 on the City 1 departure. Climb via the speed of 5,000, squawk 4451. Departures frequency 125, base 0.
Jetstar 609, cleared to Avalon via Wollongong, runway 25, initial climb 5,000. Score code 4451 and departures 1250, Jetstar 609.
Jetstar 609.
Okay, score code 4451. And 1250.
Tower, engine at 334, we are ready for pushback.
We're doing Sydney to Avalon today in the Jetstar.
334, pushback approach. Pushback approach, 334.
Company message. Also, we have runway 25, so I'll chuck that in. City 1, insert. And that looks fine actually. Performance, we'll confirm.
City target 18.2506, Sydney established ILS 25.
Load sheet set. I'm seeing a zero fuel weight of 56.5. How does that compare to the original?
Fast station falling power target.
56 point, yes, that's essentially correct. I'll accept that in. And next thing I need to see is the takeoff weight.
Fast station falling
TOW is 30.3, that's correct.
City target TikTok 2506 City 25.
Okay, time for a checklist.
TikTok 2506, the wind's just updated now.
Before start checklist,
runway
cockpit preparation is completed, gear pins and covers are removed, so I checked.
25 clear land,
signs
TikTok
on,
2506, thank you.
Set.
General broadcast, Sydney information Bravo is now current. The changes, as I just mentioned, winds now 250 degrees, 15 knots, information Bravo.
Info Bravo. Set. All good. Okay, we're up to the signs. ADRS is set to nav. Fuel data is showing 7220 on both, and we will start the APU now. Takeoff data is set, and barrow reference is set 1016. APU coming on. Beacon is in. While the APU boots up, we will have a chat to the passengers. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the captain speaking from the flight deck. My name is Trent. Joining me on the flight deck is YouTube. We'll be taking you down to Avalon today, Melbourne Avalon, as Jetstar flight 609. We're just preparing the last of the paperwork and we'll be pushing back shortly. making our way down to Melbourne Avalon, which will take about 1 hour and 20 minutes. Cabin crew will be coming through the airplane just to ensure that everything is ready for our departure. We do welcome you aboard our Airbus A320. So we're cruising altitude of 38,000 feet, which is about 11.5 kilometers up, and cruising at a speed of about 78% the speed of sound, looking at about 1,000 kilometers an hour. Once again, thanks for flying with us on Jetstar. On behalf of the cabin crew, myself, Captain Trent, will be welcoming, enjoying having you on board. Cabin crew, please prepare the aircraft for departure. APUs available. TCAS is standby. Okay, TCAS is on for the push. Set. Right there. Cool. Okay, the rest of that push. MCD weights are set. Windows doors are closed. I'll just check that we have the bridge away. Good stuff. And we'll arm the doors. External power is off. APU's on the bleed. And we'll make a, what's it, call out up the top. At the ground, we're ready to disconnect.
Sydney Tower, Jetstar 523, ready for pushback.
GPU disconnect.
Jetstar 523, pushback approved. Quarter. Push approved, Jetstar 523.
That's sorted. Alrighty, push back. Don't mind your chicken cooking in the oven, hey? We've got a little while to go for takeoff. I reckon it'll be another 15 minutes at least.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
2506, clear of 25 on Alpha for domestic 6. 6.05,
Cabin crew, arm doors, cross check.
6 right to domestic 6.
Locking gear.
Right on Gold Cross on 6 right to domestic 6, ticks up 2506.
Sydney Tower, Jetstar 609 is ready for push at gate domestic 254.
Departure check completed. Bypass bin inserted. Release
Jetstar
parking
609,
brakes.
company aircraft is pushing next to you off to your left there, remaining clear of that aircraft, pushback approved.
Remaining clear of the aircraft and pushback approved. Jetstar 609. We may need to let him go first.
We're in New Zealand 334, ready to start. New Zealand 10, correction, New Zealand 334, taxi via Alpha, Golf, cross runway 16 right, holding point Echo, runway 25. Alpha, Golf, crossing runway 16 right, heading for 405,
That's an Embraer, I think. What the heck kind of airplane is that? London Bray, it's
You
way
got
too long.
269 request push.
It's an A321. Yeah, it must be an A321.
I think I was 269, hold position. There's just two other aircraft push back off to your right. We'll get them out and then we'll clear you out.
You got 269.
Never
Qantas
tried
465 request push.
Qantas 465, push back approved.
Push back approved, Qantas 465.
Rain effects are coming from both, what do you call it? ActiveSky, ActiveSky Cloud Art, and the windshield is because we're in prepared version 4 with the FSlabs. If you don't have all of those things, then the windshield thing doesn't necessarily work.
Release parking brakes.
Just waiting on the airplane behind us. Be patient. Also got tomato shade giving us a reflection off the ground with the wet ground. There we go. Park and brake is released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Clear to start. Good stuff. So the APU bleed is in. And we'll start with the ignition.
Eagles 269, A320 pushing back off to your right, remaining clear of that aircraft, push back approved.
And we'll start number 2.
Remaining clear of the aircraft, push back approved. 269.
Start up set.
Set parking brakes.
Park and brake set. One downside of the IA engines is that it takes so damn long to start up. The good side of them is that they're actually more efficient than the CFM engines by something like 8%. So they use much less fuel, but they take so long to start. If we ever get a A320 Neo with a LEAP engine, they're even longer to start, apparently. Hi there, Aviation 30, how you doing?
Qantas 465 information, Bravo request taxi.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
465, taxi, holding point Echo.
Thanks for that, Corinne. We'll see you on the right hand side. See ya.
Charlie, Bravo 4, and Golf, report ready.
Taxi holding point Echo, runway 25 via Charlie, Bravo 4, and Golf, Qantas 465.
Start the wipers. Okay, PWS is on. Weather turbulence. We have the weather radar off at the moment. TCAS is set, and let's run the checklists. Before that happens, I'm just going to shut down APU. Auto is set, taxi light is in. ADRs is not required. ECAM status checked. Showing 2 green. Pitch trim is minus 0.4. Rudder trim 0.
Position, call you back shortly.
Ah, they're probably one outside.
New Zealand 334 after crossing runway 16 hold short
And
of
flight
Scarlet.
controls. That's a full right deflection, that's a full left. All the way forward, all the way back.
69, giving way to the Qantas 737 on Bravo 4, taxi holding point Echo by Golf, report ready.
Taxi holding point Echo by Golf behind.
Jetstar 609, information Bravo, ready for taxi.
Just 609, just a short delay of FTX shortly.
609, thanks. There's a New Zealand plane.
New Zealand 334, give way to the Seagulls A320, passing left to right in front of it.
I'm using Cyborg Evo. Pretty old one. I bought this in, I think, 2006.
New Zealand 334, A firm, giving way to that aircraft, it continues active.
So, yeah.
Just 609, taxi by Bravo 4 and Golf holding point Echo runway 25, give way to the New Zealand A320, passing right to left on Golf.
Taxi runway 25 by Golf behind the Air New Zealand A330, Jetstar 609. Brakes are released.
Qantas 465 ready.
Qantas 465, thanks. Just 523, you ready for departure, sir?
Let's crack those lights open.
We need a few more minutes. Just 523.
Everything else there looks
Just
about right.
523. Seagulls 269,
Flaps
can you
2
accept
for departure.
from Golf 4?
Spoiler results. Signs. And they go
Seagulls
that way, but
269, Roger taxi, holding point Golf 4, runway 25.
Taxi holding point Golf 4 runway.
and we'll hold the test until we're on Golf.
Oh my god. Seagulls 269.
Using the VAIP from Boston Virtual.
Qantas 465, we can accept a Golf 4 departure as
The
well.
VAIP? FLAI.
Qantas 465 looks to me like you'll pass
FLAI.
taxi holding point Golf 4.
Taxi holding point Golf 4 for the 465.
Qantas 465, you're assigned heading left 190, runway 25, clear for takeoff. Seagulls 269, just give way to the Qantas, just making a harsh right in front of you.
Good old Weather
Yeah,
on flight
it's
beam,
close.
yeah, we'll do that when there's air traffic control over there. There's not much point flying somewhere where
Single
there's no
runway
traffic control.
City makes everything dodgy.
It's boring.
Qantas 465, did you copy the
Okay,
departure plan?
test set.
Negative Qantas 465.
Takeoff config is normal.
Qantas 465, you're assigned heading left 190, runway 25, clear for takeoff.
And we'll seat the crew
That's
once
heading
we're
190,
number
runway
3.
25, clear for takeoff, Qantas 465.
Maybe even 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're number 5. 4 now. Okay, takeoff runways 25, cabin crew holding on that. TCAS is already set. Engine mode selection will be CLB.
True, Carl, it's going to take me a few
And
minutes to
flex.
update the Avis, but
Pax is on for
things
the
like
takeoff.
wind is now 240 degrees, 17 knots, and QNH 1017.
QNH change 1017.
Eagles 269, you ready to go?
Eagles 269 ready.
Eagles 269, runway 25, line up and way.
Yes, 87.
Line
Thanks,
up,
man.
runway 25, mate.
I'll fix that
Eagles 269.
on how I got that one backwards. It hasn't become a less good computer in the
465,
last
contact departures, good night.
day.
Departures 465.
Ninja, just outside 23 is ready on the 25.
Just off 523.
Which one did he send us to? It was Echo, wasn't it? Oh, I'm seeing reds on both sides.
Eagles 269, you're assigned heading left 10, runway 25, clear for takeoff.
Again, heading. Eagles 269.
Eagles 269 was left 190.
Side left 190, runway 25.
Just off 523, runway 25, line up and wait.
Line up and wait 25, 526.
It's not actually raining anymore. Still soggy out there. And we'll seat the crew. Cabin crew, seats for departure.
Eagles 269, contact departures, good night.
Archers, Eagles 269, g'day.
There you go.
Hello, it's Norman. Let's cabin secure for takeoff. Thank you.
Cabin is secure. There's a Cat 3 line.
Just off I-23, you're assigned heading 190, runway 25, clear for takeoff.
Runway 25, clear for takeoff. I'm heading 190, just off I-23.
New Zealand 334 behind the departing A320, runway 25, line up and wait behind.
Hi there, line up and wait behind New Zealand 334.
Jetstar 523, departures, good night.
Departures, have a good night. Just 523.
Brakes are set. 250 departures, that's already set.
New Zealand 334, your assigned heading is left 150, runway 25, clear for takeoff.
Left 150, clear for takeoff, New Zealand 334.
Jetstar 609, runway 25, line up and wait.
25, line up and wait, Jetstar 609. Brakes released, all lights are in, radar is on.
Jetstar 609, your assigned heading will be left 190.
190 on the sign heading, Jetstar 609. Set. All selected. $190 set.
New Zealand 334, contact departures, good night.
On to departure, thank you so much, sir.
Okay, we are ready to move.
Jetstar 609, clear for takeoff.
Alright, 25 clear for takeoff, Jetstar 609. Fax takeoff. $100. V1. Rotate. V2. Positive brake, you're up. Hello, Dan 172, how are you doing?
Jetstar 609, contact departures, see you mate.
Oh, departures, Jetstar 609, okay. $250 set.
I call it 474.
Well, it's 474 Melbourne tonight.
Climb power set. Departures, Jetstar 609, climbing 5,000, leaving 2,000. Flaps 1, set.
Jetstar 609 Melbourne, Centre, g'day, you're identified climb flight level 380.
Flight level 380, Jetstar 609.
Center Qantas 1065, maintaining flight level 240.
Minus 1065 Melbourne Centre, good day, you're at, apologies, climb for level 370.
Flight level 370, Qantas 9.
And flaps retract.
Jetstar 609, resume navigation, cancel speed restrictions, direct Wollongong.
Cancel speed, direct Wollongong, no navigation, just 609. For that good old direct. Done.
Aurum 23, you on frequency.
This is Aurum 23.
I'm 23, you're on the ground at Albury, so is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
I'm 23, no worries, just confirming that with you.
Okay, autopilot in.
Yeah.
AP1 set.
Qantas 474, contact Melbourne Centre 124.0 today.
Bye bye Sydney.
Okay,
Last down there.
79, just requesting, should I be on Melbourne Centre at this point?
Qantas 479, we're just to get back with you there. He logged off before, but someone else has taken over now. You can contact Centre 124.0 today.
124.0, Qantas 479.
Compass 123, contact Centre 124.0 today.
Contacting Centre 124.0. Thanks, good day.
Was 1065, contact Centre 124.0.
24.0.
There's 10,000. And with 10,000 we'll go standard. Standard cross-checked. Just leaving the seatbelt signs in for a second. Just want to climb over that bank right in front of us. Thanks, older man Dan. As a troll, I've decided to put you in timeout. Have a nice day. You can berate my flying, you can't berate other people. Sorry. I like our Vatsim ATC, they do a good job for the limited amount of radio stuff that we have. Soon we'll have a new voice client and things will sound a lot nicer. We're all here to have fun. So leave your egos at the door. You won't have to be banned from my channel. Don't worry, older man, you've only been banned temporarily. It'll give you back your ability to comment if you really stick it out and want it. Be annoying and you'll be back in the ban bin. There sure is one in every crowd. Okay, just popping out of this cloud. Any second now. Hi there, DJ Sean, how are you? On this Milkrun Monday, windy edition. Just leaving that seatbelt sign on until we clear the cloud. Don't want any unexpected bumps to throw people out on all over the cabin floor. Ah. Yeah, DJ Sean, we had a Automan Dan who was deciding to denigrate our wonderful air traffic controllers here on Vatsim. They didn't do anything wrong. It's all nice and smooth sailing up here in Sydney. Had Tracy up here on Sydney Tower. We had pretty good experience.
Oscar Mike Uniform, Melbourne Century.
Melbourne approach. We didn't get any approach up here in Sydney. We did have Melbourne Centre online, so went straight from tower into centre. That's fine. Alrighty, clear the clouds. Seatbelt signs are off. After takeoff checks, landing gear is up. Flaps are retracted. Packs are on. Barrel reference is set standard. Checklist complete. And it's probably time to have a look at our charts down there in my city, my home city of Melbourne. Alrighty, coming in by probably the Lizzies. Where is it? Lizzie 7 Alphas, I'm assuming. Is it 1 6s today or 3 4s? Can't remember. You know what? We've got an ACARS that can tell us what's happening. Arrival ATIS.
465, contact Melbourne Centre 124, decimal 0, good day.
Darn it, we're not in range.
465 today.
Oh well. Oh yeah, that's right, we don't have... We'll get the alternate. Melbourne, Airport 1, grab the... ATIS. Direct
Field 269 Melbourne Centre. Contact, apologies, contact Melbourne Centre 124, decimal 0, good day.
124, the route goes.
Send that one. Because of course we didn't get Avalon ATIS because the Avalon tower's not online. Here we go, Melbourne arrival ATIS. And I've actually picked up the wrong stuff because we're going to Avalon, not Melbourne. Wow. Shows you how often I go to Avalon, eh? If you want to jump on Avalon Tower, I'm more than happy to have a tower down there. Beautiful. Good old AV tower action. So it's usually the JB5 arrival out of Melbourne, and I'll have a look at what Melbourne's doing on the ATIS there. Melbourne Terminal Information Romeo, eastward approaches runway 16s, heading 190 at 10 knots. That's almost certainly going to be runway 18 at Avalon. That's the one with the RLS. How useful. Tempel, there we go. So you're going to come out of Melbourne, JB, Brekka, Temple onto the RLS. And we have a 390 Midburn. Missed approach procedure. It's down here somewhere. There it is. Straight ahead. Climb 3000. Get vectors from Melbourne approach. Towers on 120.1. Thanks, Odd Simmer. And yeah, that's really fine. If anyone wants to, for some reason, be Coffs Harbour Tower on Wednesday, I'll be flying. Total Tango Mike. The real airline, the real Jetstar 609 got cancelled. That's great news. Oh well, the real one might not be flying, but I am.
Jetstar 523 contact center 124, that's from Zergodo.
124, this is 0, have a good night. 523.
Cool. Well, yeah. I'll put on the event tonight before I go to bed. That will be flying the, where are we? Armadale to Coffs Harbour and up to South Grafton. So I'll be inbound and outbound to Coffs Harbour on Wednesday. So, capped and purse. Winds are fine.
G'day, Connor 470.
That's 474 Melbourne Centre, g'day. Jetstar 609 contact Melbourne Centre 124.0.
124.0, Jetstar 609.
That's 474, Star Clearance available, advisory to copy.
Star Clearance, I'm ready to copy, thanks, Connor 470.
I know, well,
Seagulls 269 on Melbourne Centre, g'day.
Melbourne Centre, Jetstar 609, climbing flight level 380, leaving flight level 290.
Melbourne Tower, hour 23, requesting flight altitude to flight level 150. One 23, stand by. I'm 23, everything climb to
Thanks,
flight
right
level
there.
150. Yeah, Orange 23, stand by. Oh, it's stand by, sir. Jetstar 609 Melbourne Centre, g'day.
123, you're identified. Clear, direct to Avalon, climb to flight level 150.
Hello, 23, climb and maintain flight level 150.
Lots of clouds down there.
Rex 1256, star clearance available.
Rex 1256, go ahead.
Rex 1256, you cleared the RB3 Alpha arrival runway 27, maintain flight level 160.
RB3 Alpha, runway 27, maintaining flight level 160.
Very nice.
Rex 1256.
Avalon Avis. So we can grab it now.
Qantas 479, contact Melbourne Centre, 125.0, expect star clearance.
1250, Qantas 479, good night.
Avalon Terminal Information Alpha. This is VH runway 18. Wind 250 at 8. Visibility greater than 10k. Cloud broken at 5.3. Temperature 10. Current H1026.
Melbourne Centre, good evening. Qantas 440 with you, climbing to flight level 240. Qantas 440, Melbourne Centre, good evening. Climb to maintain flight level 350. Climb flight level 350, Qantas 440. Qantas 123, you were cleared to flight level 250. You can now descend to 9000, QNH 1026.
Descend to 9000, QNH 1026, Compass 123.
Steady Golf Romeo 516 at flight level 240.
Golf Romeo 516, Melbourne Centre, good day. Climb over SID, flight level 350. Qantas 1016, Melbourne Centre.
Melbourne Centre, good day. Qantas 1016 maintains flight level 340, or about 10 miles north of the Bex run.
Qantas 1016, Squawk 3173.
Squawk 3173, Qantas 1016.
Golf Romeo 516, Melbourne Centre, good day. Climb by
Hello,
the SID,
Benno.
flight
How
level
are you
350.
Climb by the SID 350, Golf Romeo 516.
Alright, so we have a tower down there as well.
Qantas 1016, you're identified, cleared via 180, plan route to
Alternate, of course, is Melbourne.
You'll clear the Warren 6 Alpha arrival runway
30
27.
minutes.
We're ready to send flight
10
number
minutes holding
250.
fuel, and also have a massive amount of taxi fuel, 45 minutes. I think we only used about
Melbourne via
15.
90, then Warren 7 Alpha, runway 27. We're ready, flight level 250, Qantas 1016.
Estimated fuel arrival is nearly 4 tonne. Okay, it'll be runway 18, the ILS. JB5.
465, Melbourne.
Melbourne. Set that up. So out of Melbourne, go direct to JB, then Becca and Temple. Seems yep, there's a holding pattern. Probably end up on the ILS at Temple, 3,000 feet.
Qantas 465, Melbourne.
Then down the ILS, which we have. Going to chuck in the performance data. Okay, QNH down there. .50, 1026. Temperature. .10 degrees.
Compass 123, contact.
And the wind 250 at 8.
Compass 123, contact Melbourne approach 132.0, g'day. Contacting Melbourne approach
Wind descent
132.0, g'day, thanks.
Full flap.
Qantas 1065, contact Melbourne Centre 125.0, expect start clearance.
That sort of missed approaches, climb straight ahead to 3,000 feet. Melbourne approach.
Qantas 465, Melbourne Centre.
Yeah, assuming everything goes correctly, we'll be vacating probably via Delta and tracking along Alpha all the way to the end. And there's only 3 gates up there. 2 of them used for Jetstar, 1 of them for Sharp. There's our altitude.
Velocity 859, report mark number.
Speed is currently
Altitude cruise, Mach.
Velocity 859.
There's a bit of traffic up ahead.
Velocity 859, thanks.
And Qantas 1016 is left 340, currently through 260 for 250.
Rex 1256, we're ready to send to 9000 Melbourne QNH 1026.
We're ready to sending 9000 QNH 1026, Rex 1256.
Couple of bumps. Nothing major. That's a long one for a 172. That'd take nearly 3 hours, I reckon. Ballarat, that's a bit easier. Yeah. You could do it in 172, but it'll take you all of 3 hours. Putting around at 10,000 feet, actually in that direction it'd probably be 9,000 feet. Let's use a cannula, because you can't sit at 11,000 feet for 3 hours legally without some kind of supplementary oxygen, even if it's just a cannula system. The difference between default 172 and air-to-air is the difference between a toy and a plane. Looks different, handles different, systems are different, the three-dimensional modelling of the gauges is different. Is the real there, 172 still available?
56, contact Melbourne Approach 132.0, g'day.
Let's see, 172. Yeah, it's on avsim.com. Look on avsim.com for real there, which that's the 172. Much better than your
Mach 82, velocity 883.
Although it might only be for...
Velocity 883, for frequency reduced to not above Mach 79.
Reducing to decimal 79, velocity 883.
Red 1123, contact Melbourne Centre 125.0, g'day. 125.0 from 1123, thanks. Catch you next time. Everyone, just check your press to talk. He's got an open mic on frequency break. Aurum 23, contact Melbourne Approach 132.0. Okay.
Look at that. Avalon, Canberra, Melbourne, Sydney.
Melbourne Centre, g'day, Jetstar 512, inbound waypoint Dostal at flight level 214.
Jetstar 512 for Melbourne Centre, g'day. Climb to flight level... Jetstar 512, stand by.
Distance to top, eh?
Jetstar 512, apologies. Melbourne Centre, g'day. Climb to flight level 370.
Alright, so there.
370 for Jetstar 512.
41, 40, 39. Can you do some maths? So 119 miles out.
Velocity 883, contact Melbourne Centre 125.0, g'day.
125.0, velocity 83.
There's top of the descent point, just inside the 120 marker. We haven't talked about braking, have we? We're going to be using auto brake low. We're going to be vacating on Delta.
Signal is 269, Melbourne.
And approach, speed.
Yeah, Tingle's 269, you as well. Next time just
147.
Ask the controller before you leave the flight deck in case they've got something for you rather than just disappearing, leaving a message with no other explanation. You'll clear the Lizzie 8 Alpha arrival runway 27. Maintain flight level 340.
The 8 Alpha runway 7, maintain
Jetstar 523, report mark number.
Mark decimal 8 to 23.
Jetstar 523 for sequencing reduced to mark decimal 80.
Mark decimal 0, 523.
And Jetstar 523, star clearance available.
We're ready to copy Jetstar 523.
Jetstar 523, you cleared the Lizzie 8 Alpha arrival runway 27, maintain flight level 380.
Cleared Lizzie 7, 8, sorry, Lizzie 8 Alpha. Arrival number 27, Jetstar 523.
Port Villa's a pretty fun airport. I just can't be bothered flying all that many legs without flying ATC. Anyway, busy tomorrow, got work.
On 1016, contact Melbourne approach 132, decimal 0, good day.
320, 1016.
And I need a nice early night to get over this cold.
523, we're unable to put the Lizzie 8 Alpha arrival into our speed. We offer a Lizzie 7 Alpha 16. I don't know if that's possible.
What did I do?
Jetstar 523, can you do the Lizzie 7 Alpha runway 27?
That's what I did.
Negative. We're going to need vectors in, vectors for 27.
Jetstar 523, not a problem. Jetstar 53, Melbourne Centre.
Jetstar 523.
Jetstar 523, disregard break. Jetstar 530, Melbourne Centre.
G'day, Melbourne Centre. Jetstar 530. Our aircraft has just descended and autopilot is having a warning of not being able to reconnect. Jetstar 530.
Jetstar 530, roger, descend to flight level 300 and maintain present heading.
And Jetstar 530, over that, we'll descend flight level 300.
Yeah, actually, you
aircraft
can't
is
leave
now
it on the
responding.
live jack.
Jetstar 530.
Never mind. Did you find it in FSX scenery? It's Vanuatu, isn't it? freewayscenery.com.
Jetstar 530, tax Melbourne Centre 125.0, go.
125.0, Jetstar 530, thanks.
Close 465 when ready to descend to flight level 250, maintain 300 knots on descent.
Descend, flight level 250, maintain 270 knots. 465.
P3D license for almost $2,500.
Jetstar 523, full sequencing,
That's
turn
only
right
for
heading
developers.
18, sorry, turn left heading 180.
So if you're literally FSlabs developing this aeroplane for P3D, you got to pay lots of money because you got to make lots of money. If you're a student at any school or a teacher at that school, get the academic. If you're a professional, a pilot of some sort, who uses prepared to do things that you've either done or will do in real life, for instance, fly hotel, take a mic around Richmond Air Force Base.
Seagulls 269 when ready to descend to flight level 250, maintain 280 knots on descent.
But yeah, your licenses depend on what you're using it for.
Then flight level 250, 280 knots.
So unless you're literally making add-ons,
Velocity 859, contact
no
level
need for you to go for the big one.
125.0, expect star clearance.
So what's the licenses there?
125.0.
So see, developers, if you're a feature developer like PNDG or FSlabs or Orbx, then you have to pay lots of money. But if you're not, then you don't. License options, there we are. So academic license is if you're in a school, you're a student or a STEM field person. Professionals if you're a professional. And look at that. That's professional plus license, but we're looking for the normal professional one down here.
Jetstar 523 descend to maintain flight level 300.
Professional license, 199.
Is that level 300?
So plus license is for, let's see if they're doing experiencing combat scenarios involving complement of weapons and sensors. Well, I don't do that. Programming artificially intelligent behaviours and
Jetstar
scenarios.
609, star clearance available.
Jetstar 609, go ahead.
Jetstar 609, you cleared the JB5 arrival with a Melbourne transition, runway 18, maintain flight level 380.
The JB5 arrival, Melbourne transition, runway 18, maintaining flight level 380, Jetstar 609. So yeah, so academic license is all that stuff. Collaborate with students around the world to solve real life problems and teamwork skills. It's kind of what we're doing here, except I'm not a student, so that doesn't apply to me. Experiment with challenges that develop critical thinking skills. I'm doing that, but I'm not a student, so it doesn't apply to me. But here I experience a mission before it happens to increase effectiveness and reduce response time. Although I sometimes fly real life aeroplanes. Sometimes I literally fly Hotel Tango Mike and Juliet November, the actual aeroplane, so practicing that. Learning and testing knowledge in the safe environment in which you'll operate. That applies to me. Recreate scenarios.
Jetstar 523, did you say your box was set up for runway 16?
What are we doing right now on Vatsim? With operational data, experimenting with different VTOLs. Air traffic control. Training for scenarios in aviation, air traffic control, ground vehicle operation,
turn right, resume
I'm not doing
navigation
response, but I am doing
and
air
you
traffic
cleared
control
the Livery
and
7 Alpha,
aviation.
runway
So,
16 approach.
there you go. What I'm not doing is controlling multiplayer scenario. Well, I guess I am doing that. Using Sim Operator. Well, I've never opened that program before in my life. You'll notice that some of these things are repeated a couple of times. Multi-channel capability, multi-screen. dome setups.
65
That sounds like the kind of thing that
Melbourne,
you know,
1026.
your big full cockpit simulators that you build.
You said 9000 QH1026.
So if you're building Qantas 2.5 motion platform simulator, maybe that's time to rip out the $2,000 range of dollars. But there you go. And they've got the developer licenses, which are like per month. That's obviously for people like PMG. I played for the professional license, not the plus, because I'm not practicing combat or anything like that. I'm just flying. Yeah, I'm doing those things that I said I was doing. Flying with air traffic control. Occasionally practicing things that I have done or will be doing in the future or in the past.
125
Light aeroplanes like the Piper Cherokee and the Piper Archer and the Cessna 172. Aeroplanes that I've flown very well.
Tigos 269, can you accept a runway change for runway 16? Tigos 269, thank you. Maintain flight level 250 and you re-cleared the Lizzie 8 Alpha arrival runway 16.
Okay, I will finish survey cleared the 8 Alpha runway 16.
If you're a student in a school, get your academic. It's just what I... Doesn't matter what kind of school it is, could be high school, could be university. If you're in school, academics for you. And if you're not, and if you're a real pilot, then professionals for you. A month is... What do you mean a month? I'm not a developer. Only the developers have to pay per month. I'm not developing new products for P3D. So why would I need to pay per month? Under the license options, I have paid my $199. I paid that on... what date did I pay that? For preferred version 4, I paid my $199 in April this year. I may never pay ever again, or they might release a version 5, in which case I'll have to buy that.
Melbourne Center, just on. Melbourne Center, just on 522. Was that 523 or 530?
That was Jetstar 512. Jetstar 512, reporting cruising.
Funnily enough, Lockheed did not go off at people for any reason at all.
Just,
the person who went off at people was
80.
Frugal Sim. He went off at people for
Jetstar
using the
512,
Lockheed
thank you.
prepared
Full
for fun.
reduced to
under the
mark
academic
decimal
license.
78 or less.
He just pointed out that it's not to be used for fun. Now I'm keeping my practice of air traffic control system, IFR. Because one day I might need to jump back into November and talk to Richmond Air Traffic Control. And you need to be conversant in ATC language. I don't fly enough in the real world to be, you know, keeping myself current in air traffic control language. So we do it online. Keep it current here.
23, further distance.
No, you only pay it once.
If
you want to pay
level 2,
$19 a month, that means you should be making money with P3D. So you should be like making scenery or aeroplanes or
Golf Romeo 516, Melbourne.
Yeah, Golf Romeo 516.
Yeah, Golf Romeo 516, so you've picked up about 50 knots in the cruise. Lucky you continue your present heading. Break. Tigos 228 full sequencing, turn left heading 350.
WWE.
Left heading 350 to 6.
What? WWE? What are you talking about? You're watching wrestling.
Tigos 269, descend via the star to 9000, Melbourne QNH 1026.
YSSY 19-1026.
Jetstar 609 requesting descent.
Jetstar 609, when ready, descend to flight level 290.
When ready, down to flight level 290, Jetstar 609. No, we don't crash here unless it's an actual crash that I accidentally did. And that's been a while since I've had one of those. Apart from, you know, crash to desktop. Blue screen of death. Out of memory error. We have those crashes all the time.
Seagulls 228, report your present mark.
Decimal 746. 228.
Seagulls 228.
I think we'll start on down. Descent initialized. Set checklist. Briefing confirmed. ECAM status is checked. Seatbelt signs. Don't need them yet until 20.
Melbourne Centre, compass 555
minimum
with you at flight level
engine
330.
Hello Jason, I'd say about 50% okay. Voice isn't still back yet.
Melbourne Centre, compass 555. Yeah, compass 555, sorry, you're in the ground station there, g'day. Golf Romeo 516, contact centre 125.0, g'day.
125.0, Golf Romeo 516.
Seagulls 228, turn right now, heading 080.
Right, 00, Seagulls 228.
Melbourne Centre, compass 555. Did you say I was in the wrong frequency, sir? Compass 555 negative, just said you jumped in with a ground station there, so I didn't read you the first time. G'day. No worries. Qantas 465, contact Melbourne approach, 132.0, g'day.
132.0, Qantas 465, g'day.
Jetstar 523, descend to 9,000 via the star. Melbourne QNH 1026.
9,000 via the star, QNH 1026, Jetstar 523.
Jetstar 609, descend to flight level 130.
Cloud scattered 5,100
130, that's our
temperature 9er. QNH 1027. On first contact with Avalon Tower or Melbourne approach, notify receipt of information. Bravo.
Seagulls 228, you're positioned 60 miles to the southwest of Cullen. Resume our navigation direct to Cullen, planned route.
Hi James, Captain speaking from the Flight Deck. We've begun our descent into Avalon at this stage and we anticipate arriving there in about 20 minutes from now. Looking at the weather down there in Avalon, we have a temperature of 10 degrees Celsius. And
Seagulls 228, Seagulls 228, resume our navigation direct to Cullen, planned
Thanks for flying with us on Jetstar Airlines or on our Airbus A320. Cabin crew will be coming through the aeroplane, just ensure that everything is ready for our arrival, including any rubbish pickup. Once again, thanks for flying with us on Jetstar. We hope you have enjoyed the flights and have a safe onward journey from Avalon Airport.
462,
Cabin crew,
request climb to cruising altitude, flight level 390.
Qantas 462, Melbourne Centre, g'day. Climb to ASA, fly level 30.
Roger, climb to level 390, Qantas 462.
Seagulls 269, contact Melbourne approach 132.0, g'day.
Yes,
Seagulls 228, contact Melbourne Centre 125.0, g'day.
Order 125.0, cheers for your help today, mate. Have a nice evening.
Melbourne Centre, Romeo Hotel uniform is passing 3,200, on climb 6,000.
Romeo Hotel uniform, Melbourne Centre, g'day. Confirm you're turning right, heading 270.
Making right turn 270, Romeo Hotel uniform.
We're using the ILS today, so LS is set.
Romeo Hotel uniform, you're identified. Resume navigation direct to Wagga. Maintain 6,000.
Resume navigation direct Wagga, climb maintain 6,000, Romeo Hotel uniform.
Not too much traffic holding around Sydney, as far as I know.
Jetstar 512, contact Melbourne Centre 125.0, g'day.
455 inbound.
125.0, Jetstar 512, g'day.
And a few outbound as well.
Jetstar 523, contact Melbourne approach 12.0, g'day.
132.0, have a good night.
There they've got a bit of a delay program happening up there. So Vector Tigos 228 kind of off the track, so he's going to come back in again. Just put him behind the mangrove sim.
Jetstar 609, descend to 9,000. Melbourne QNH 1026.
The 9000 QNH 1026, Jetstar 609.
Jetstar 609, sorry, I'll give you the Avalon QNH, that'll be more helpful for you. 1027.
QNH 1027, Jetstar 609. 27 set. Lots of the set. The Gaming XP, how are you doing? Flight's not going too bad. We've been cleared down to 9,000 in the QNH 1027.
Melbourne Centre, CBM, November 128, Bravo Charlie, maintaining flight level 280.
November 28, Bravo Charlie, Melbourne Centre, g'day. cover 555. Your flight plan has you for flight level 350. Are you happy maintaining 330? Yes, I'm happy at 330. Sorry about that.
Yes, I saw that.
Cover 555.
That's 609, the real world one, actually got cancelled today. That's hilarious.
That's correct.
That's alright, it got transferred into Flytam, so it wasn't cancelled. It's me that's operating 609 today. Captain Trent.
Jetstar 609, contact Melbourne approach 132.0 tonight.
Melbourne approach 132.0. Jetstar 609. Oopsie. 1320. Set. Melbourne approach, Jetstar 609 on descend 9000, passing flight level 175, information Alpha at Avalon.
Jetstar 609, Melbourne approach, good evening. Runway 18 Avalon, descend 9000, Melbourne QNH 1027.
Down 9000, QNH 1027, Jetstar 609. Rogue aircraft, that's what the Wallop is for.
455 established.
Quarter 455, correction 465, contact town now 120.5, good night.
120.5, quarter 455, good night. Those 9 established.
Yep, Monday Milkrun. It's always quite fun when you get the full load of air traffic control, which we have. Look at that. Melbourne, two of the Melbourne centres, Melbourne approach, Avalon Tower, Canberra Tower, Melbourne Tower. Sydney as well.
Eagles 269, contact town now 120.5, good night.
120.5.
Just 523, just invite the start of 4,000.
Don't really take requests unless it's something like, hey, there's an event happening on blah blah blah. Do a live stream of that event. Well, at the moment we don't have an event in Darwin or Cairns. So if we flew Darwin to Cairns, it'd be boring. No air traffic control whatsoever. Or any other traffic, for that matter. Be up here, out in the dark, where no one is. What's the point of that? That's 13. Signs in. Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for landing. Might put a top end spilled milk run at some point. I usually do that one for the school holidays, so it'll probably be January, maybe December. So those distances are a bit longer up north. Cairns to Darwin's about a 2.5, 3 hour flight. Brisbane to the mines.
Jetstar 609, descend to 5,000.
Descend to 5,000, Jetstar 609. 5,000 is set. Yeah, everyone tends to like the southern part of Australia. It's a bit colder. That's why I like it. It's where everybody lives, Sydney and Melbourne. A couple of people live up in Brisbane, but Brisbane's barely halfway up Australia. The distance between Melbourne and Brisbane is the distance between Brisbane and Cairns. So between Melbourne and Sydney you've got, you know, it's about 900 kilometres, another 900 kilometres, maybe even 1,000 kilometres from Sydney to Brisbane. And you cover, you know, Victoria, New South Wales, ACT, New South Wales again, and Queensland to get up to Brisbane. And in that distance, the same distance to get up to Cairns, you're in the state of Queensland the whole way. Queensland is bigger than the other ones. So the Gold Coast is like the very bottom of Queensland, and 2,000 kilometres north of you is Cairns, and there's still another 500 kilometres worth of Queensland north of Cairns to go as well. So, massive country. Dash 8 Q400 does sound beautiful. I'll agree with that.
Alright, Jetstar 523 established on 116.
Jetstar 523, contact tower now, 120.5, good night.
120.5, good night. 523.
Tower frequency set. Seat the crew. Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing. We should do Cairns for October because there's a bit of a funny thing that's happening around then. We're doing Cairns for our World Flight this year twice. Once outbound and once inbound. So I think it's like Sydney to Cairns, go around the world and then come back in from Port Moresby to Cairns. It's like, well, over to town 120.5, Jetstar 609.
Jetstar 609, apologies, disregard that wasn't for you.
Ah, thanks. Company message. Done.
Jetstar 609, descend to 4,000.
Down to 4,000, Jetstar 609. $3,000 at Temple. Lights are all on. And we'll go to the approach. Performance mode, approach, activate. Localizer set. Boring old Darwin, eh?
Jetstar 609, descend to 3000 from Temple. You cleared the ILS approach runway 18, report established.
Down 3000 from Temple, clear ILS approach runway 18, Jetstar 609. 220 knots. And we are clear the ILS approach. Approach mode is selected. Cat 2. Well, this is an Airbus, so I don't know if I have much of a choice with buttering the landing, but with any luck the joystick doesn't get stuck like it sometimes does. There's this kind of a sticky point right about in the middle of the flare. If we can get through that, we don't float it too bad. Well, we'll see how it goes. 58, that's too light, man. Especially if it's been raining. No, I need to aim at about 100 FPS. I need to get about minus 150 to 200. Would be about right. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Go ahead.
Hi, it's Norman. Yeah, that's the cabin secure for landing. See you in the ground, bye.
Cabin is secure. There's our altitude. I want flaps. Are we below? We are indeed. Flaps 1. Speed select flaps 1. Drop it down to 210 knots. Flaps 1 set. Glide slope deflection. The old triple. Next weekend, next Saturday, I'll be flying the triple for a very extremely boringly long time, all over Africa. So yeah, come back on actually about this time of night on Saturday, assuming that today is Monday. So well, what's that? 6 days from now, and I will be flying the 777 for you. Flight time about 10 hours. We're on descent. Jetstar 609, established runway 18. Speed managed.
Jetstar 609, contact Avalon Tower now, 120.1. See you later, Trenton. All the people in YouTube land. See you next time.
And 120.1, and I'm sure the stream is saying hi as well. Thanks. G'day. 20.1. Landing gear. Actual, yeah, landing gear down.
2000.
Check. Avalon Tower, Jetstar 609, final runway 18.
Jetstar 609, surface wind 260 at 9 knots, runway 18 clear to land, and just be advised there is a trouble on the runway.
Runway 18 cleared to land, and the invisible troll will be treated as invisible. Jetstar 609. Flaps 2, speed check, flap 2. Landing checks. Okay, approach is checked. Cabin crew is advised, auto thrust is on speed, auto brake is low, and ECAM checked.
Traffic,
so
traffic.
On flaps. Speed check, flaps 3.
Descend, crossing descend. Descend, crossing descend.
1,000.
Full flaps. Now we're going to get wake turbulence, aren't we? Damn it. My aeroplane.
Hundred above.
Check.
Minimum 300.
Continue.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 5.
Perfect landing, minus 142. Wasn't too bad, I was aiming for 150. $80 knots. 60 knots. Manual braking. Well, that's pretty good for the Airbus. Never feel like I have enough control over the stick. Like the yoke a bit better for control. But we got it that time. Avalon Tower, Jetstar 609, vacated.
Justy for 9 left on Alpha, taxi to the bay.
Taxi to the bay, Jetstar 609. Making calls. They're not only not making calls, there's an air traffic control tower and an approach above it. They're being trolls. And they're about to be walloped by a supervisor. So I hope they enjoy that. I've not been to Lismore in the real world, and rarely in the simulator. We are going to do a touch and go there on what day is it? Friday. And Friday we'll be doing a touch and go at Lismore. No scenery for the sim. Just the old Australia V2. There it is over there. Okay then. Get PWS off. Maybe you can go on. Good old Melbourne approach, saying that they're about to nail the drill. Okay, AP starting. Company message again. Yep, that's that. Telex. So we're gonna nail the drill. There are runway textures. The reason that there's no runway textures is because we're on a taxiway. And if you've ever been to Avalon Air Show, you've walked across this taxiway. It's just concrete with a line down it. Gate 1 or Gate 2? I think we'll go Gate 2. Yeah, let's go Gate 2. Good old Shauno on approach. Welcome back, Cyclatives. How are you doing? Who did I just temp ban up there? Can't remember. There's our stop point. Park and brake is set. APU is on the bleed, and we'll shut it down. Transponder off. Cabin crew disarm doors, cross check. Yeah, this is the Orbx Avalon. So I think it's about 30 bucks, maybe 20 something bucks. Can't remember the exact price. I did need to work a little bit on it to make it actually compatible with Australia version 2. It seems to be working okay now. Did have some issues with the runway texture, but runway texture looks alright at the moment. Got company message from this one saying, haha, we're about to nail it. And we want to send out the OFP data. Oh no, it's not that one, is it? It's initialization. So no auto land. Landing pilot was me. Advisory and the in time showing 03:45. Here we go. Seatbelt signs are off, yeah. External power is on. Bus still hasn't arrived, that's alright. Drop the ADRS.
Ladies and gentlemen, your portable electronic devices must not be used until you are inside the airport. When disembarking, please take care and hold on to the handrails while walking down the stairs. Please ensure that you supervise your children, and for your own safety, do not walk underneath the wing.
Good stuff. Australian Skywatch works at one of the airports in Australia. So he has stupidly early mornings. Okay, we'll leave the APU on just for a little bit. So I let the people out. Thanks for that, Aaron and Jason. It's a bit fun getting the old Jetstar A320. I think I'll be spending a lot of time in the Jetstar A320 on during world flight. That is the intention. I think we'll try and make as many strung together legs with the Airbus A320 because of the whole ACARS system. Just the way that it works is very nice for doing multiple flights. Especially now that we have a 64-bit sim and I have 32 gigs of RAM. RAM to spare. Oh, it's got the spinny thing again. Let's run back in here. There we go. I believe Skywatch is in an airport in Queensland. I can't remember if it's Brisbane, Gold Coast or one of those. Look at the GSX boys. They're going to drive through the airplane, aren't they? There you go, straight through the engine. Good stuff. Good luck indeed. I'm not sure if I'm on a crew this year actually. I'll need to check with the Melbourne guys because I don't want to do the Sydney guys anymore. Not that Sydney's bad, it's just that, you know, I've done them a couple of times and the whole week up there. I could apply, throw some money at it. We need to make an official world flight crew for Melbourne though. It's still yet to be. Maybe I better find a way to win lottery and build myself an Airbus A320 sim. That'd be fun. Just get one of those pre-packaged ones from what they call themselves, Flight Deck Solutions. Get a full A320 cockpit. That's what I'd do if I was suddenly came across a lottery ticket with my name on it with a million bucks. A320 sim in my house. To be honest, I wouldn't mind turning it into an A330 sim, but anyway. That said, I hope you've enjoyed Milkrun Monday. 9th of September, so it's 9/9/19, down here in the Avalon Airport. It's been a while since I've been down here. In fact, this is the first time I've streamed at Avalon Airport. fun stuff. Good airport. I like it. Haven't been down here for a while in real life, apart from the air shows. So it's good to see the old routes. I used to fly into Avalon all the time when Jetstar came down to Avalon. Buy a citation, but a citation costs way more than $1 million, man. If you want to buy a citation, you need to have like $100 million. Doesn't cost that much to buy, but to run it, yeah. Buy an actual citation and fly around the world. Yeah. The wheels on the bus are invisible and under there somewhere. Anyway, I've unloaded the Airbus into the road bus and it's time to go. Massive collision right there. Take it for a test drive and just don't come back. I love this whole bus idea. I wish you could hide the bus inside the building and just make the people walk into the doors. That'd be even better. Anyway, I've been Mr. Glaber. I hope you have enjoyed Milkrun Monday. And I'll see you guys probably on Wednesday for some general aviation action out of Armidale. Until then, catch you next time.